Hi everyone, I'm Austin John of the YouTube channel Austin John Plays, and today I want to talk to you about mythical Pokemon, and they suck. This is actually a video that I worked on 2.5 years ago, and I wrote up this whole script, and I had Eric, who's now in charge of my merch, austinjohnplays.com/merchpoke, now available. He was animating this entire video for me, and it was scripted out. When Red and Blue were out, there was a lot of rumors, and a lot of hearsay, and no official way to get Mew in America. It was fun, and it drove people crazy, and there was speculation and the beginning stages of what trolling was about how to use HM Strength on a truck, but alas, they were all not true. In order for you to get this rumor Pokemon, you'd have to do one of two things. One is by chance be a part of the world, Japan, and be well informed enough to have a subscription to a magazine that listed a specific place in the world you have to go to a specific time to do an in-person trade in order to get your first mythical Pokemon. This Pokemon was a secret to everyone on the development team, except for Shigeru Miyamoto. Mostly because a way to get it was never programmed into the game. That's why they did the direct trades for the actual giveaways. Or the second way, which 99.99% of people who were not in Japan did to get Mew, was to use a cheating device. And just looking back, it just seemed a very negative video, and I'm a very positive person, and just watching it back, I didn't like the feel of it, but this is something that I want to talk about because it affects lots of Pokemon players. Now, the vast majority of people who play Pokemon, I wouldn't call them like die-hard Pokemon fans. To the percentage of Pokemon players, which may even be 1%, which is still, what, 15,000 people, this is a serious issue. And it's about mythical Pokemon, and mostly about how to obtain mythical Pokemon. First things first is the difference between legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon. If you see a Pokemon on the box, that's a legendary. Kyurem, Solgaleo, Lunala, Xerneas, Yveltal, all of them. Those are all legendary Pokemon, including like the ones that you can catch randomly in the game, like Zygarde and Cobalion and Moltres. Those are all legendaries. These right here are some of the mythical Pokemon. Mew, Genesect, Meloetta, Jirachi, Celebi, Keldeo, everything on screen here. And there's a few more like Deoxys, who's not pictured here. But those are mythical Pokemon. And they're usually released when they're having movie releases or special promotional events, things like that going on. And they're very difficult to get. And that's kind of like their whole thing. But if you were to go to a GameStop or a vintage video game store, an EB Games or KB Toys, whatever you have. And if you were to go and hang on, just over there, boom, look. If you were to go to whatever game store you have available and buy every single one of the Pokemon games, you, except for like a few exceptions, you cannot get all of these mythical Pokemon. A few exceptions to that would be in Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you could catch Deoxys, and now in Sword and Shield's DLC, you can get Keldeo. But other than that, you can't get the rest of them. That's what sucks. If you were to go and buy every single game, there are a plethora of Pokemon that you cannot obtain, no matter what. And 4.5-ish years ago, Pokemon Company did an event called the Pokemon 20 Mythical Pokemon event. And they had a whole bunch of these mythical Pokemon, and you went and here in the States, you went to GameStop. In Australia and Canada, you went to EB Games, and in Europe, you went to Game. And at those places, you were able to get these postcards. Could we get some B-roll on screen of what those look like? And there would be a little scratch code, you would scratch it off and you could redeem it in Pokemon X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. And you can get these mythical Pokemon, you could put them into Pokemon Bank, and now in Pokemon Home. And what I thought sucked is that, like, there are so many people who, first of all, live in countries that don't have any of these physical stores to represent. But then, like, if you wanted to go and in Pokemon Home/Bank make yourself a full living dex, you kind of can't, because you would have these spots that are missing. And there's only a few options. And those options are not good options. The first and foremost being find someone to trade with, and if you do have one of these mythical Pokemon, the chance that you want to actually part with it is not great. I mean, there are subreddits dedicated to these exact sort of things, and you may find people who are, just very generous. And then your other option is hacking it in. And I'm not even going to talk about that because that's a hacked Pokemon. It doesn't count. And then your other option, which is a weird one, is this. This is a Power Saves 3DS. It's essentially like a Game Shark. You go and you put in your cartridge for XY, Omega, Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and you plug it into the computer, and what it does is it triggers the event that activates the mystery gift as if you were to actually scratch off and put in the code to get that mythical Pokemon. So that Pokemon is generated organically. I mean, you hacked the event that made it organic, so the lines are blurred on whether that's authentic or not. And everyone knows about this item. Every single PokeTuber you watch and YouTuber who covers Nintendo and Pokemon games, they know what this is. They may act like they know, but everyone knows what the Power Saves is. They sell it at GameStop. Come on. We all know what that is. I mean, it can do a lot more very hacky things, but at the very minimum, it can do that. And that's actually why I first bought it, because I missed one of those months and I was not able to get, I think it was Meloetta. I couldn't get Meloetta. I tried to trade with people, could not get a hold of it no matter what. So then I resorted to going to a physical GameStop location, buying the Power Saves 3DS, triggering this event, and having Meloetta in my game. Now that's difficult because you would have to, if you just started on Sword and Shield, well, you can't have a full living dex on Sword and Shield because we don't have all the Pokemon yet. And between that and Pokemon Go integration, you still can't have it yet. Oh, that brings me to the Pokemon Go problem. Now, you can transfer these Pokemon from Pokemon Go if you did, the mythical events and you got yourself a Mew and Victini and whomever else, and you put them into Pokemon Home. Yes, you can do your living dex in Pokemon Home, but those Pokemon Go Pokemon have weird restrictions that you can't transfer them into Sword and Shield without already having them. My buddy Reversal, as soon as the Go Home integration went live, he was like, oh, I can't wait to bring my Jirachi over. And he's like, I can't. So I called him and I was like, hey, listen, I can trade you one of my Jirachis in Pokemon Home on the phone, and you could put it into Sword and Shield, and then you could bring your Jirachi over, or Victini over. And that worked. But, what if he didn't have me as a resource? He could never have that Pokemon in his game. He can't battle with him. He can't see him in 3D. While, yes, you can do a living dex and get these mythical Pokemon this way, which is not all of them. Is it all of them? I think there's still some that haven't been released, or they're very difficult to get a hold of. I know right after GoFest, there was a Genesect everywhere, and Darkrai came back out, and I think that's it. I know Mew and Victini are special events that everyone gets access to. It's on the rightmost tab. The one thing that I'm hopeful for, and hear me out, is that next year is going to be the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. We had the 20th anniversary. Let me just double check my numbers here. Yes, the entire year of 2016 was celebrated as Pokemon's 20th anniversary event, as February 27th, 2016 marked the 20th anniversary. That means that February 27th of 2021, just coming up in 3-4 months, is going to be the 25th anniversary. And there might be an event like this of mythical Pokemon. There's a few ways they could go about it. And I don't think that, having stores with physical cards that you need to get and then scalpers on eBay are selling these cards, it's a whole mess. I don't think that's going to happen again. They've come up with much more creative and much more effective ways of distributing these Pokemon. Let's think back to Magearna. in Pokemon Sun and Moon. You got to scan a QR code. You can still do that. You can go buy a 3DS, a copy of Sun and Moon, scan that same QR code that exists in the world on my old videos.
What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here with some great news. It's time for us to get our first mythical Pokemon.
You're goddamn right.
There we are, number 301, Magearna, registered.
And you still get a brand new Magearna. So Magearna is like the one super available mythical Pokemon. That's it. Actually, I'm reading up a little bit more, and there's like a few other ones that you can get via really weird ways. Like with Pokemon Ranch, you could get a Manaphy egg. Also, you have to have Diamond and Pearl in order to do that, and a Nintendo Wii to run Pokemon Ranch. Or, of course, you go buy a Pokeball Plus to get Mew. That's a paywall. Yeah, it's weird, because a lot of these older events like Gen 3, 4, 5, they required you to have like item distribution that no longer exists for like Oak's Letter, a member card, the Azure Flute, the Aurora ticket, the Egg ticket. Although, hang on, you could also get Celebi super easy if you download Pokemon Crystal on the 3DS. You get a GS Ball and a Celebi, which is neat. And don't you get something for Pokemon Bank or Home? Or was that a limited event? Oh yeah, there was a free Celebi that needed to be redeemed before March 2014. Okay, never mind. Volcanion, Hoopa, Marshadow? Nope. But great example, Zeraora. That was a fun event that everyone had to battle it, and you weren't allowed to catch it, and only after a certain amount of battles we all got one. That was good. That was really good. This Gmax Melmetal event, everyone can do it. It's fair no matter where in the world you are. You could start Pokemon Go, you could level 1, get a free Pokemon Home account, transfer it over, you can get it. I mean, in theory, you could just keep making more Pokemon Home accounts and more Pokemon Go accounts and farm these Melmetal this way. This won't be fast, probably like between all the email addresses you have to set up and everything, maybe an hour or two for each one. But you can. Should you? No, but you can. Especially since Melmetal is a Pokemon that you can readily get, because if you have a copy of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, you can activate the mystery box and then just every day for a half hour catch them, so I'm not too worried about that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're someone who is trying to complete their living decks and you're missing out on these mythical Pokemon, next year we have a sliver of hope of possibly getting ourselves this event coming back, that they're going to be giving away mythical Pokemon, and hopefully in much more fun and creative ways. I mean, we could just keep doing these raids. The raid system worked. Say, for example, you know, they could literally copy over like all the Pokemon, and every month we have to do it. Or since there's now more mythical Pokemon, I don't know, every 3 weeks or every 2 weeks, have like a 7-day period that you can go and battle the Pokemon, and then a 7-day period to redeem it. I think that would work. People would need to be on top of things, but you know what? If they're not, it's their own fault. But everyone in the world, no matter where you are, would have access to it. And that's the number one thing I'm talking about here. Someone from Colombia reached out to me and he's like, hey, you know, I'm trying to get all these Pokemon, but there's some that I can't. And I was like, you gotta hack them in or wait. And if there's one thing I know about people and human beings, they don't like waiting. Well, guys, I want to know if this dilemma has affected you and your ability to get mythical Pokemon. If you are doing a living dex or just filling up your Pokedex and your Pokemon Home, whatever it is. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. And if you have a really good story in regard to this, or you feel with my statements here, please hit me up on Twitter. I'd like to read that and interact with that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Until next time, Austin John out.